Welcome back. This week we're going to go over our medical kit, how we like to break it down, what we store it with, and hopefully give you some ideas on what you should have and how you can package it up. We're going to break all these down, but we'll start with the IFAK or blowout kit. Tactical guys call it a blowout kit now. I don't know when we changed it, but it's an IFAK, stuff for big bleeds, tourniquet, big bandages, chest seals, just that kind of stuff. Our regular boo-boo kit, this is all of our everything you want kind of day to day. Band-aids, tape, some burn dressing, because I get burned a lot. We do a lot of stuff with hot exhaust, hot rifles. I'm a welder. Gotta have burn dressing around. It's your basic first aid boo-boo kit. This is our little bigger resupply kit. This will stay in the truck. More of the same with the boo-boo kit, band-aids and stuff like that, plus a few more little things that really need in your backpack all the time, but it's nice to have kind of close by. You have it in your vehicle at the trailhead, what have you. So that's our first three levels. Over here we've got, these are Flambeau. This is fishing stuff, right? This is a tackle box, Plano. These things are lockers for those little rubber worms you use, and they work great for this. You see we get a lot of stuff in here. They're nice and organized. They stack up. This is the stuff that's at home that's not in the medicine cabinet for daily use. This is what we restock the medicine cabinet with. This is what we restock our first aid bags with. We can grab them all up and take them out on a big vacation, so we've got a good resupply while we're out, or they stack up real nice at home out of the way so that we can run the medicine cabinet out of here, run our first aid kits out of here. So we're going to start here with our IFAK. This is an old M4 double mag pouch. I cut the elastic off to make my life a little easier. This is something I'm going to carry if we're in the woods cutting firewood. It's going to go on my belt. If we're hiking, we're at the range, this is going to be on my person. It's going to be on my belt. It's going to be stuffed in a pocket, something like that. This is for big, bad emergencies. There's no Band-Aids in here, nothing like that. So, dump all this out. So, here, double mag pouch in God's Most Hated camouflage, because you can get it for like $3 at a surplus store. It's the right size, it's cheap, and it fits. Tourniquet. I prefer cat tourniquets. Some people like the rat's tourniquets. Just make sure you're buying a good one. North American Rescue, someplace like that. Make sure it's got an NSN number, reputable source. You don't want to buy an $8 one of these on Amazon and have the windlass break when you need to use it. You'll die. Big squishy compress. We can pack this into wounds. We could use it to hold, we can unwind it, use it to hold some sausage in. Chest seals. I'm too poor to buy good proper chest seals, so it's big heavy Ziploc bags, tape. We can seal a chest wound. Again, too poor for proper quick clot. I would love to have a couple rolls of the combat gauze around, but at 30 or $40 a roll, it's not in the cards for us. Get some bleed stop. It's a hemostatic agent. You get a nice big hole, you dump this stuff in here, wrap it up, and this is going to stop a big bleed. It's not arterial. That's what the tourniquet's for. Here we go. Our second level of sustainment is going to be just our everyday first aid kit boo-boo bag. I've got a seatbelt cutter on mine because MOLLE panels, and I didn't have anywhere else to put it. I didn't want it collecting dust in a drawer getting lost. The bag is just a cheap Scamazon bag. Get what you like. Get a hard box, something with MOLLE. This has Velcro. Whatever you like, there's no wrong answers here. Just get a container, get some Band-Aids in it, and go out on an adventure. So, we got a little zipper pouch here with just plain Band-Aids. I like Band-Aid brand. Buy the generic, whatever works for you. My wife doesn't like the waterproof ones. The glue hurts her skin. These are just the plain flexible ones. Just something you don't want to get a cut, get some poopy dirt in there, and now you got some kind of fun, super crazy infection in your hand because you were scratching your ass with an open wound. Got our small rolls of gauze. Our big roll of tape. This is that stretchy stuff that only sticks to itself. I love it. It's great. Again, burn stuff. I'm a welder. I'm always burning myself. We do a lot of stuff with vehicles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. Somebody's always leaning against an exhaust. You might not need this. You might be all right with just the little packets. I got the big one because it's situation dependent, right? We got our little bottle of generic aspirin pain reliever. We've got some simple saline. We can use this to debride a wound. We can clean a cut out with it, big hole, something like that. It's eye wash. You get some dust, some junk, splinters in your eyes, whatever. Probably not splinters. That's a bigger problem. But little squeezy bottle, simple saline, you can get a lot done with it. Scissors, buy decent ones. Don't buy the cheapest ones, kind of mid-grade. This is a little packet of Excedrin that I've had forever. I paid like $800 for this at a gas station one time because my head was exploding, and I keep it in here. Regular tape, more stretchy tape. You can never have enough tape. Back here, we've got our bigger gauze pads, smaller gauze pads. We're getting into here, you got a good scuff on your leg or something like that. You got to get back out of the woods, you got to get home, whatever. You want to keep that wrapped up, keep it cleaned up so you can get proper medical care. More bleed stop. Because sometimes you just might need more. So this is what I am calling my level 2 kit. This thing, when we're in the off-road truck, the Velcro, it sticks to the seat sides. If I'm out backpacking, it's in my backpack or on it. This is just your regular first aid kit. Stuff it in your glove box, stuff it in your console, keep it in your backpack. Get a nicer container, put it in your purse, whatever. It's your bog standard first aid kit, and everybody should have one. We're working right now to make a smaller waterproof version of this for each of the kids so that when we're all out wandering and exploring, that the kids have just kind of a basic boo-boo kit, some Band-Aids, a little tape, just to teach them and get them into, you should always have some first aid stuff around. And this is where I would start with that. I would start with the small, carry it everywhere, always have some Band-Aids, and aspirin handy kind of kit. All right, now I'm smart enough to turn the fucking air compressor off. So here we go. This is our level 3. This is our bigger, regular first aid kit. This thing stays in my daily or in the off-road truck. It's always nearby. I don't carry it with me. It's a little bulky. You edit into all your other things, it gets a hassle. What I started with was, as you can see, it's just a little Plano tackle box, fishing thing. You get it at your local sporting goods store. I like it because, one, it's inexpensive. This thing was about 20 bucks. It came with a few dividers. It's made sized specifically to fit those little plastic tackle box dividers. And that's great because I'm a sucker for organization. It does have a carry strap. It's laying over here because it just gets in the way with trying to fiddle with this right now. So we'll start. We've got our little lock box. This is going to get different stuff in it later. For right now, what we have is a bunch of the little packets from the uniform first aid kit. Not the one here, from a different place. Mind your business. As these get used up, I'm not going to restock them. This case is going to get different meds and a little more better organized. This is just what I got for right now. So, again, little tackle box divider. These things are sweet. We just got Band-Aids, triple antibiotic, alcohol wipes, that kind of stuff. We have a little more variety of Band-Aids in here. We got some little butterfly closures, knuckle Band-Aids, stuff like that. I don't like carrying, I guess, specialty Band-Aids in my regular first aid kit. It takes up a lot of space. I don't need them often, but they're nice to have when I do need it. This one, not quite full yet. We've got more of that saline so that we can restock our everywhere bag, or if we just need more of it, we've got enough in our 2 bag to get us back to the truck, the trailhead, campsite, whatever. Big 2 with triple antibiotic stuff. These cases are great. You put your tube in here. I don't have to worry about it getting crushed, oozing out. That sucks. Nobody likes that. More 4x4 gauze pads. Again, I can restock with it, or if we use those up or using those to get us back to a trailhead where maybe we got phone reception, I've got more so that, you know, we can get a big hole held up while we're waiting on an ambulance or something. If you've used that many 4x4 gauze pads in a few hours, you have a problem. Ace bandage, we can do all kinds of things with this. Obviously, sprained ankles, elbows, whatever. We can hold these gauze pads or big compression pads. We can make like a ghetto Israeli bandage with these. What's the other word for Israeli bandage? Compression bandage? Maybe? Somebody help me out. If you Google Israeli bandage, they'll know. The Israeli bandage is what should be in the IFAK. But again, they're kind of pricey, and I haven't gotten to getting them. Notepad and an ink pen. I also carry one in my back pocket, but ghetto, cheap, Chinesium, right in the rain pad. Over here, I probably should have done this one last because we're all out of order, but electrolyte tabs, they taste like shit, but if you've ever been all dried out, they're nice to have. These are flavor packets with caffeine in them. I get caffeine headaches. It's one of my many vices. So I try to keep some of those where I can get to them, because sometimes you just need a little more juice, right? More of that stretchy tape that only sticks to itself. This stuff is awesome. 2x2 gauze pads. Again, more gauze in here if we need a lot for some reason, or we're out for a long weekend, I can pull from the truck bag to put back in my carry bag and resupply, dress down. Another big compression bandage. This is mostly for a refill, but triangular bandage. This is the old school. It's just a big piece of cotton. It's a big triangle cotton, and what you can do with these is endless. Obviously, you make a sling. It's kind of what they're for. You can make a tourniquet from these. If you can tie on you can tie on a splint, whatever you got to do. These are great. More stretchy tape that only sticks to itself. There's a theme here. I got 2 more of the small rolls of gauze. Again, I can dress down and refill my small bag, or I've just got extra in here. So we got drawing salve. This is normally something we would keep at home, but because we do spend a lot of time away from the house in the medicine cabinet, we like to keep this in our travel kits. This stuff is great. It'll pull splinters out that you can't dig out with tweezers, bee stingers, things like that. Drawing salve is something you should have at least at home in your medicine cabinet if you're not carrying it like a psycho like we do. And a better set of shears. Get the good ones with the little tongue so you don't cut somebody if you're cutting their pant leg off. And that's it. Tackle boxes make terrific first aid kits, in my opinion, allegedly. Your mileage may vary. All right, this is where my video today and a lot of them in the future are going to differ from some other people's. In the tactical community, there's a lot of emphasis on 3 levels of gear. There's the stuff that goes on your belt that you always have, battle belt, whatever. The stuff that would go on your vest is a level 2, and then the stuff in your rucksack as a level 3. That's fine. What a lot of those either don't take into consideration, or at least don't talk on because they assume you're already doing it, is our 4th level of stuff. This is our big stock at home. This is obviously not everything, because we have stuff in our medicine cabinet that we do pull from, stuff that's always in use. This is kind of our own little pharmacy, or, I've lost the word that I was looking for. Somebody will tell me. What these are flambeau. Yeah. Lockers for fishing tackle. These are actually made for those little rubber worms, I like fishing stuff. It's inexpensive. For the most part, they're all standard sizes. So even if you get like a super generic store brand, Walmart's Ozark Trail, it's made in the USA. It's made with a percentage of recycled materials. That's awesome. I love all of that. And their stuff is the same standard sized as Plano or Flambeau, that I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Yell at me. What we've got in these, that's inconvenient. What we have in these is all the stuff that's in those. It's just where the extras go. So they're organized. They're in a mouse-proof, dust-proof, fairly water-resistant container. I've got more triangular bandages. I've got eye patches. I've got, hey, the generic stuff, just buy the store brand, okay? And if you're an Excedrin freak, like I used to be, take an ibuprofen, take a Tylenol, have a Red Bull, it comes out the same. Our big eye wash bottle, more of our electrolytes, Schmoo, more of our caffeine stuff, right? This is stuff, if you stuffed all of this into your medicine cabinet, your life would be miserable. If you try to stuff it all into your bags, life would suck. This is every time we go out, when the medicine cabinet ibuprofen is empty, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a 2-pack, one for in there and another one for in here. When this gets too full, I'll go buy another one of these guys for 15 bucks, and that'll just become the medicine box. What's missing out of this one is the regular, this is all pain relief stuff, is the regular over-the-counter stuff. There should be some Imodium in here, because if you've ever had diarrhea way out in the woods, you know how much that sucks. Life's awful. There should be some Benadryl in here for bee stings and things like that. Those kind of just regular over-the-counter meds. We have them at home. They are in the medicine cabinet. We haven't stocked up in here. It's on a to-do list. Little bites. Little bites. We'll set you down. That's fine. That's why it's in a big case. More of the same in here. We've got all of our big gauze pads and stuff, because again, these don't belong in your medicine cabinet at home. I've got what I need in my first aid kits. She has what she needs in her first aid kits. So the extras go in here. Hydrocortisone, triple antibiotic, all that kind of stuff. We have it in here. More ACE bandages, the great big sports wrap. This is the tape that's stretchy and only sticks to itself. It's good for everything. It's like electrical tape for your body. Buy more. This whole section is all stretchy tape that only sticks to itself. There's a name for this. Somebody help me. And we bought a giant bulk pack of it. It was like 15 or 20 bucks. This compartment's full. You saw how much I have in there. She has just as much. There's some in the medicine cabinet. There's some in her car. There's some in my car. This stuff is great, especially if you, like me, have children. If you've ever tried to unstick medical tape from a child, you can appreciate how great this stuff is. I promise. And then back here is just our Band-Aids. Buy the big bulk box, put what you need in your first aid kits, put a box or two in your medicine cabinet at home. You can never have enough Band-Aids, especially with the kids. That doesn't close right because I didn't stack that well enough. So there we have, this is our sustainment. This is our long-term, and this will keep getting built on and built on. Eventually, I'll probably have to source a container to put these containers in. I have a touch of the tism. I love boxes and bags and containers, so that'll be fun later when I get enough containers to have to buy a container for my container. I love that. This stuff stays home. It doesn't ride with us. This is all of our refills for everything. Back down to our level 3. Like I said, this stays in our car. It stays at the trailhead, stays at the campsite. My wife's is very similar to mine, but a little bigger. Relatable, right? It's a different color too, now that I think about it. Hers has more stuff in it. She's always got the kids. Hers has a whole bug bite sting kit, you know, numbing creams and all of that stuff, and tweezers and tick removing items and all of that, because the kids are always splinters and bug bites and things like that. Hers has an EpiPen in it. All of those kind of things I don't pack. Again, back down to our, this is the one I carry everywhere. It's either in the glove box of my truck, or on the seat of my work truck, or it's in my backpack, or it's stuck in the off-road truck. This is never really more than an arm's reach away. And then back to our IFAK or blowout kit. This is extreme emergency stuff. If I'm going somewhere, it's always in my truck to start with. These three things are always in my daily driver at a minimum. This I'm only going to put on my belt and drag out if I'm doing something where we might need this. If I'm just here in the garage working on something, I probably don't have this. It's going to be in my truck. But if we're out and we're hiking or somebody's going to be able to fall over something or trip or whatever, I'm going to have this. If we're out with any kind of firearms, gas-powered tools, whatever, this goes everywhere. And it's not great, it's not stylish, but it goes on my belt and we keep it. So that's what we've got for this week. I hope the video's a little better. I know it's echoey in here. Some kind of mic still on the to-do list, but hopefully the lighting's better. I paid more attention to it. We got a tripod, so hopefully that makes life better on the video side. And I hope this is good content. If this isn't exactly what you need, I hope that it gets you thinking about what you have, don't have, and how you can move it around. And that's all we're trying to do here. We're just trying to, you do not, if you want to go to North American Rescue and buy a full kit, terrific. Somebody in your group should do that if they can. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I have what the Army taught me as far as medical goes, which means this is about the extent of my medical knowledge. So buy and build your kit to your knowledge, to your budget, and for your use. You might not need all of this stuff. You might need more. You might be able to use more. And at least go out and take like the Red Cross 3-day basic first aid course. If you haven't done something like that, if you have no first aid knowledge at all, you're more of a liability than you are an asset to your community. So go at least take like a 3-day course down at the Y or something. But I hope we learned something here today. Hope we got you thinking about what you're doing, and hopefully we'll see you next week.